and start the presentation here. One moment. So we're having this webinar to discuss Salesforce and its implementation. So we wanting to discuss life after Salesforce and its implementation. You've gone ahead and you've installed Salesforce, but you're wondering, what do you do now? Where do you go from here? And now what? So this presentation is going to be presented by myself, Regis. I'm a Salesforce consultant here at High Tech Pro, and we're joined here with Niraj Garg. Niraj, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good afternoon, everyone.
Alrighty, so we'll get right into it. Your organization has decided to choose Salesforce as its CRM. You've gone ahead and implemented Salesforce. You set up your leads, your opportunities, your contacts, your accounts, and you've rolled that out over to your managers, your sales users, and your data analysts. But now you're wondering, where do you go from here? Now what? What are some of the things that you face as challenges, Niraj? Can you go ahead and explain?
Yeah, sure. So as Rajesh said, that the step one is that you have got Salesforce implemented in your organization, and you have got Salesforce training from your implementation partner, and everyone has got the training 1 month or 4 weeks, whatever it is, and different people actually start using the system. So you have your Salesforce sales users who have started using the system. You have your senior management who has started using the system. You have your marketing team who has started using the system. So everyone is a different scenario to use the system, and gradually, as you start using the system, you realize that the system is not responding maybe to your business needs because they have changed. So most of the data that it is holding is either inaccurate or it is duplicate. There are certain security features or new data rules that have come that the system is not able to take care of. And most important, the business processes that you have mapped in your system that are actually not right. Or maybe you want to have a different mapping of your business processes and define new workflows, because that is how you will be able to use the system better. Because unless your business processes are mapped accurately in your Salesforce org or Salesforce system, I don't think so it is of any use to you, because it's all about mapping your business processes into required workflows and getting the systems functioning well. And since you are not able to map your business processes, not able to use the system properly, either because of data problems or security or duplications, or because your processes are not mapped, you cannot capitalize on your business. So whatever you have invested in Salesforce, you are not able to capitalize on that, because ultimately you have installed Salesforce or implemented Salesforce so that your sales can grow. But if you're not able to capitalize on that, you obviously hamper your business growth, and obviously with the aim of attaining greater business heights with which you have implemented the system, takes a block road. So these are some of the changing business needs that we should be accustomed to, and we should exactly know how to actually map our system to these changing business needs to make the best use of the system. And that is where most organizations are struggling with at present system. They will be implemented it, but they exactly don't know how to use it.
Okay, so you're faced with some challenges as your business evolves and changes. So let's say now your organization goes through a vision change. How does that affect your Salesforce and the current data? And Niraj, can you explain a little bit if you decide to go through a system change?
Yeah. So when we say changing platform, we actually mean that we have implemented Salesforce, but we may have implemented it a couple of years back. So you are actually using the old version of the Salesforce system, which actually deprives you of the new layout the system might have. It may deprive you of the current new security features which might have come up with the system. Because see, every platform evolves based on the user feedback that is passed on to the system. So all the users who are actually using the system and are able to use it uh, uh, give feedback to the system, and based on that feedback there are certain changes and new versions that are made to either Salesforce or any other platform. And those feedbacks, if you want to actually use those functional features, you need to actually move up to the newer version of the system. It's like the apps that you have in mobile phones, right? Every new version of the app comes up with new features based on certain enhancements that have been done. But most of the times we have seen that people tend to stick to the older versions in Salesforce, uh, either because they fear migrating to a newer version, or they don't have enough staff who can train them and tell them the risks or the features that are there in the new system and what is involved. So an example is that you may be using a Salesforce Classic, and Salesforce Lightning is in place, but since you don't know what it takes to move to Lightning, you fear moving it to Lightning because your system is currently live, and if you want to move it to Lightning, you need to do certain things which have to be there.
Okay. So as you've rolled it out to your managers, your sales users, your data analysts, you eventually feel like there's a need for someone who needs to be that primary Salesforce that sort of that primary person to understand Salesforce. So then you either decide to promote someone within to become that Salesforce admin to go through the training, or you find someone outside of the company who can come in with the knowledge of Salesforce. So that person essentially becomes able to add users, cleanse data, add fields, creates reports, and edit page layouts. But is there a challenge now that you might face when you bring in a Salesforce admin?
Yeah, obviously. So when you start using the system, you realize that you need someone to maintain the system for doing your basic functionality in the system. Now, that basic functionality could be adding users to the system, getting your duplicate data cleaned up, adding certain fields, creating some basic reports, maybe doing some basic page layouts. But you don't realize that there is much more than doing these basic functions in the system that you have implemented. So your system, uh, maybe Salesforce is just a part of the whole periphery of other systems which you actually want to integrate with. So maybe you want to integrate your Salesforce with Microsoft Outlook or Gmail, or you want to integrate it with some financial accounting systems like QuickBooks or Sage. And now that is where the Salesforce admin cannot help you out, because his skills are finite. He can only do certain things which he's trained on or certified on. And with our experience, we have observed that in a particular Salesforce project that we have done, there is more than Salesforce admin skills that is actually required to do that. As an example, maybe that you want to move to Lightning, right? And that involves a lot of uh, custom code migration to the newer version. So you should have someone in place who can actually tell you on what fields have to be mapped, what database changes have to be done before you can actually migrate it to the newer version. So Salesforce admin can help you out, but he needs some extended hands to help you out in all those things. So that is what we are saying. So Salesforce admin can do a portion of the changes, which are basic stuff that he can handle. But if you want to do a complete knowledge of your system and a complete usage of your system, you need some extended hands along with Salesforce admin, because he has finite domain knowledge and finite expertise. You need some more experts in your team that can help your Salesforce admin to get through this stuff.
Okay, so if I understand correctly, you've gone ahead, you've added a Salesforce admin to do some of these skills, but then I guess you find yourself needing some more assistant needing some more assistance in development, customization, integrations, creating reports, and editing page layouts. So then you find yourself also needing a development partner. Is that what you're trying to explain? What is some of the issues with this?
Yeah, so once you implement the system, you realize that there are certain things that you are not able to do in the system because you require help in it. And so, as a step one, all organizations search for someone who can help them with their basic stuff, and that is where they hire a Salesforce admin to get that work done. Once that is in place, they realize that Salesforce admin has finite skills. He cannot do all the stuff that they require. So he cannot maybe integrate your Salesforce with any data visualization tool like Wave Analytics or Tableau, right, to get that data visualization reports for your senior management. And then you actually start for looking for other skills which are much more added skills than the Salesforce admin. And that is when you come up with a development partner who has a definite pool of resources, which may have Salesforce architects, maybe business consultants, senior Salesforce consultants, marketing consultants, uh, marketing cloud consultants, who can help you out in various development phases or various development needs. So it can be a migration need from Classic to Lightning. It can be integration needs of integrating your Salesforce with different systems, or it may be just data migration process from various systems into Salesforce. So all these things are taken care of by the development partner that you hire, who has certain specialized skills apart from the Salesforce admin skills that they already possess.
I see. I see. So at this point, essentially, you've considered a few different options. You've considered the development partner to help you in some of what you're doing, or you've considered, you've gone ahead to add in a business analyst, a solution architect, a developer, marketing automation expert, a project manager, Salesforce training person, as within the organization to accomplish some of the things that you mentioned, Niraj. So essentially, you find yourself having your Salesforce admin for one. You're paying them, I want to say, $100,000, but then you need that Salesforce admin needs extra assistance. He needs somebody who's going to be able to be a solutions architect. You're paying that person a certain amount. You need a business analyst, you need a developer, you need a marketing automation expert, a project manager, a Salesforce training person, and that can't always typically be found just by using sort of a development partner. So sometimes you have to add these persons additionally, is what is what I understood, Niraj. Is there another solution? I mean, over here at High Tech Pro, I know that we have a little bit of a different process. So can you go a little bit into what that might, some of the differences that we offer when using our services?
Yeah, so we also act as a development partner, but as Regis mentioned in the previous slides, we have a pool of resources. We have a Salesforce architect, we have business consultants, we have marketing consultants, senior functional consultants, who can actually help you out with all these skills that you require. And we are flexible in the way that so in a project you may have various needs. A need can be related to data migration. So we can have a person in your team who is an expert in data migration and who can actually help you migrating different data into your Salesforce system, or you need someone working on marketing cloud, so we will have a marketing cloud consultant who can actually help you out with that. So, but that is what every development partner does. The value that Hightech Pro brings to the board is we just don't act as a development partner, we also act as a strategic partner to you. Now, when I say we act as a strategic partner, I will tell you the basic difference between a strategic partner and a development partner. So, a development partner will have a pool of resources who are going to do different tasks for your team as you require, but they are more like executor of tasks that you give to them, and that gets done. But as a business, right? If you're invested so heavily in Salesforce, you require someone who can actually help you out determining the value of what Salesforce brings to board with its features, and that is where our team plays a very important role. Because what we do is we actually have a lot of discovery sessions with all the stakeholders in your organization. So maybe we can have a discovery session with your sales team. Maybe we will have a discovery session with your marketing team. Understand their pain areas, list them out, and make a list of all the pain points that you have and the things that need to be done to actually improve the system. And that actually helps in creating a roadmap for your next 6 months or 3 months. So you exactly know that this is the pain point area of the risk team, this is of the sales team, this is of the marketing team, and we club it together so that we know what is required to actually make the system more robust and more usable for the system. And not only do we provide the roadmap, we actually help in achieving the roadmap. When I say help in achieving the roadmap, I mean we actually provide the solutions as well for each of the pain point items. So we say that the senior management requires a data visualization tool, so we need to either integrate it with Wave Analytics or Tableau. So that can be one of the roadmap item. Now, how to achieve it? We actually provide a solution for that on and how much time will it take. And based on different feedback and different discovery sessions, we prioritize the list of things that have to be done. So we may have a roadmap for next 2 months, which may have some items in it and the solutions for it, and so forth and so on. So I think with this approach, what happens is people are able to, different stakeholders are able to use the system better. They are able to visualize the system better, and that actually helps them in creating much more value out of the system they are using, which actually helps in better business strategies. And if you have better business strategies and you are able to evolve it, obviously you will have increase in sales and revenue. So that is what I meant by we don't just act as a development partner, we as a strategic partner, so that we can help you get the ROI back from your Salesforce investment. And that is what we have helped with most of our clients, and that is what sets us apart from other development partners or our other competitors.
All right. So essentially, working with Hightech Pro, we take a little bit of a more in-depth approach to working with some of our clients. We try to go through, as Niraj explained, a discovery session to really learn about the business. We help to create future roadmaps to help achieve the roadmaps. So we're guiding you through the process and really understanding the business rather than coming in and just doing project by project and not really knowing where the company is seeing themselves in the next 6 months or the next year or so. So definitely, thank you very much, Niraj, for sharing a little bit about the insights, that we've taken, the insight here, and showing some of these people, showing, people who've joined us here, the differences in, just having a Salesforce admin or just sort of a consulting company coming in to helping you out. It was just really to show that, you might want to consider someone who's going to be able to understand your business strategically moving forward. And so I want to thank you all for joining this webinar. And I do want to open it up for any questions that you guys might have. So if any of you guys might have any questions, if you guys can kind of go ahead and say them now. Does anyone have any questions? Alrighty, so I want to thank you all again for joining this webinar, and hoping that it was able to show you a little bit some of the steps that you take when implementing Salesforce. We've had a lot of experience with some clients who haven't even gotten through the process of implementing Salesforce, and these are just some of the things to think about when doing so. So here, if you guys have any further questions, feel free to email me, or reach us at hightechpro.com, or contact me directly, as you see my phone number there, or you can even email us at askus@hightechpro. We'll be glad to answer any further questions. And like I said, we're hopeful that this was helpful in helping you guys to think about some of the steps that you will be taking in the Salesforce implementation. Neeraj, did you want to add anything to that?
No, I think that is fine. So as we told, that the value that Hightech Pro brings along with it is in terms of not just development, but act as a strategic consultant for you. And we have a range of managed services plan. If you want to learn more about it, maybe you can just email Regis, and he may call you back with our exciting managed services plan that we offer for our partnership with our clients. And all this has been based on our experience working with almost clients in all the domains, and that is what we have figured out, that being a strategic partner has helped our clients not only to succeed in their platform, but I think make their product successful and succeed in their business. And we have been a part of it for most of them. And we want to be a part of your journey as well, if you want to. And it's just, I think if you can just call Regis, and he can just tell you about our packages.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Neeraj.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.